Dire team back.
This is, you said this is a test of who knows what they're talking about.
No, it's not.
3-2 to who?
Gambit.
This is tough. You really think Gambit, Bulldog?
Yeah, they're gonna come back.
You think?
They're feeling it.
I just don't know, man. They were playing so weird in that last game.
No.
I don't know how to feel about it.
And you're still giving them 2 wins.
The draft is underway, Kyle.
I know, but...
Stop looking if you decide now, dude.
3-2 to who?
I don't want to say eHome, but like,
This is your game.
I would say, okay, you know what? I'll go Gambit. I got faith. But I will say,
Gambit. Well,
I think...
they haven't got faith, eHome, man.
Yeah, I think...
Faith beyond.
True. Nerves are going to play a big part in this series, though. And I think eHome, just because of the Zhao 8 factor, right? I mean, you can see, I think, in the previous series, like even when they win, right? Gambit gets a little too excited. They're not used to winning. And when they lost yesterday, they looked a bit rattled. Zhao 8's like, this is a minor. He probably made like 100 grand just to like show up, you know? He's not worried. He's gonna just chill, and he wants to win, but if his team loses, he goes home to China and streams to 200K people anyway, so I think that'll inspire him.
That's burning. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, he does sometimes.
He does.
Yeah.
He streams like tournaments all the time and commentates.
All right.
Yeah.
It's like he got...
Apparently, I got told by one of the other Chinese casters that when they have him on as like color commentator or an analyst, they double their viewership.
Oh, yeah. Dude, they, isn't it a DAC or was it Super Major, I think? They had it was Zhao 8, Ferrari, and Burning.
All on the same stream.
They just streamed, and it was like... I kind of feel bad because I don't know how, if you're a Chinese talent, that would make, like, I don't know how that would make me feel. Like, thankfully, our most popular guy is Bulldog. And he drives the viewership down.
You're going out on the second most viewed Chinese stream for that event. And you're actually part of the official team. Anyway, draft is underway. The interesting thing here is that we've got the Tusk. Or rather, Gambit have got the Tusk. And they've gone back to the Dazzle now. Yep. So we saw a completely different style of drafts, Kyle, earlier when they played Keen, obviously specifically for Keen, and the way that they played. Now they've adapted back towards eHome again. Because as FNG said in his interview, they didn't feel like they were that far behind or ahead, for that matter. It was more about execution. Yep,
I would agree. I think Tusk, we've talked about this a lot, Tusk Earth Spirit, these heroes, especially when you have a player like Immersion, who has really impressed me as quite possibly the next like big name 4 to join the ranks of the GHs and Jarexes of the world. You can't make moves on any of these other 4 positions the way you can with these heroes, and you don't offer nearly as much utility. Both heroes have multiple ways of disable. You're not really counterable in any way. You're always good, and you can actually get things done, which is so key for the way Gambit likes to play.
This Tusk is also the most contested hero of
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's a really good, solid hero. It's not good enough to ban because there's just so many other heroes. Like you got Earth Spirit, you know, and any other hero. Like you want to ban whatever the team is known to play, like Medusa, Visage. You need to get rid of those kind of heroes. So
it's been banned 23 times, played 17.
Yeah, but some teams don't
crazy.
I mean, you have 6 bans now. Back in my days, it was only 4 bans. But they got dark.
10 seconds remaining.
It's 2018. We did an update.
It's from the FIFA thing I did last month.
No, but this is fine. This is fine.
3-1 Gambit, a Bulldog.
Yeah, it's fine because they're switching up. They've been doing like this 5-man group up strat. Now they're going a bit more aggressive heroes. Right. We want to just kill a lot.
There is one really important aspect of the mathematics of your predictions, by the way.
Maths?
Yeah. 2 of you can't be wrong after the first match, no matter what happens.
How so?
Because only Black went 3-0. Yeah. So he could be wrong immediately after the first game.
Yeah.
If Gambit wins.
You guys are in the running.
Yeah.
That's true.
Gambit win the first game, he's done.
That'd be very embarrassing.
Ding ding!
That would be.
The Kunka's back.
No, wouldn't be.
Kunka? No.
I already really like the eHome lineup. It's just got so much to it. No, it's a core Kunka, guys.
Yeah. Is it? It's a Sven core, isn't it?
No, it's
no.
Sven 4. Yeah.
Isn't the Chinese been playing 3? They've been playing 3 all the time, or was it
10 seconds remaining.
You could Kunka 4, but I think when you do it like this, you just put the Kunka mid. I love when you can just run mid with a cheap stun for your Kunka. As soon as he gets level 6, you're just like, hey, what's up? They're dead. There's no real mid hero that can survive against a 800 to 1000 magic damage combo and 2 heroes. True.
I mean, you got to get a little 6
But
first,
you have a
though.
Pugna and a Coddle to cover yourself against him already.
Okay.
Yeah. That's I just like the E-Home. You already have a ton of pure damage in your lineup. You've got team fight, catch, magical amplification,
Pure
physical damage. It's a ton.
There's no pure damage.
You're right. I
They're
was
done.
testing you because Kunkka's Tidebringer. That's right, folks. It's physical damage now.
They fixed it. It's not as
What's
scary
the
anymore.
percentage of the cleave now?
Dire
Oh, that's a good
team
question.
back.
Pre or post talent?
Phantom Lancer.
What do you mean the percentage?
Like how much percent of the
Radiant
attack
team
damage?
back.
80%.
Isn't it 100?
Now it's 150. Because it's not pure.
All right, whatever, man.
Who cares about numbers?
Mechanic?
Math
You think
is-
you know mechanics. You want to have a test then? How
Yeah.
much Sven, his E, how much armor does he get from that?
0.
No, how much, like the shield does he get? How much health does he get from that shield?
Look,
Level 1, 110.
No, level
10
4.
seconds remaining.
440.
No, he doesn't. He gets bonus 25%.
Five
Guys,
seconds
So you
guys,
got
remaining.
wrong.
It's 550.
Yeah,
guys,
that's-
we don't. Who cares about mechanics, all right? What's really interesting to discuss is quantum mechanics.
It's not very interesting.
E equals MC squared. Stop that. We're trying to educate people, Bulldog.
I think Bullock fell asleep.
You did. PL I like. Good synergy with the Darkseer. Really good against the Pugna. You can self-dispel the decrep. I think they also have a feeling that this might be a Sven 4 because I don't think you want to pick it into a Sven 3.
What if it's just went?
That's rough.
No, you don't. Sven does not counter peel.
Well, as I said, then you do.
Sven, the old Sven sort of did. The new Sven you just aren't a carry anymore. You just can't play that way. Items are too expensive.
The word for it?
What do you want for Afo Ninja is the question. They ban out the Ember Spirit. I like that decision. You just don't want to give them a free Dark Seer Ember. That's a very powerful combo.
But he has no SF either. Right. No Kunkka.
Indeed.
Well, is
What
Odin
else
still
can
in the
you play?
pool? Odin's still there.
Oh,
You can't pick Odie into Pugna though.
You can.
No, what?
You
Put a
can.
BKB in your fight.
You just, yeah, but you, defensive decrep in your hero feels real sad.
No, then you ult.
Yeah, you just kill him.
You can't ult a Pugna. He's got the highest int game in Dota.
Take his mana. Without mana,
Radiant
he's
team pick.
How? He's got, all right, never mind.
75%.
I'm getting memed. Juggernaut gets banned out. Could that mean they're going for a Timbersaw themselves?
Could.
What else are we thinking here?
Or
Troll doesn't seem very
like go back for the anti-mage?
banned.
Oh,
It's banned. Paul, come on. This is the grand final.
Seriously.
Jesus.
This is the grand final, and he's like sleeping over
I'm
there.
getting
10
very
seconds
upset.
remaining.
I don't want to work with this guy anymore.
Yeah.
We get a
5
different host.
seconds.
Who should
Dire
host?
team pick.
Who can we get to host?
Slacks.
Synderin.
Obviously, it's a tight mid. Everybody saw that coming. It's a
Tied mid.
desert mid.
Yeah, I like
No.
this decision. No,
No,
it's
it can't be.
Cordazzle. It's Cordazzle. It's got to be.
And then support Tidal.
Oh, God.
Oh, goodness. I know.
Pretty sure it's tight mid.
Is it 4?
It has to be tied mid. Otherwise,
Is it tied?
Against Kunkka should be
Actually,
okay.
you're right. That's a good point.
10 seconds remaining.
You know, we don't see tied mid very often, but I think we did it twice.
Timbersaw, though.
We did it
5
twice in
seconds
complexity in a 4-year period. We won both those games, and we didn't win many games. So it's
That's
got to
right.
be pretty good.
you played on the NA teams mostly as well. So I don't know if the wins you got
No,
even counted.
we beat LGD with tied mid, but it was because we had a
quite the
draft
achievement.
strat. So,
What about E-Home Timber?
huh? I like Timber a lot. I think that's the pick here. You could use a bit more building damage, so they're probably
But
considering.
you're partner with Chagno for that.
True, good point.
The spam.
Well, it's more like you have no sustained physical damage, but
If you reach
you
you lose.
yeah,
Look
exactly.
at that lineup.
Like PL doesn't want to buy BKB, neither does Tide, neither does Darkseer. So a Timber in this game is always going to be able to deal damage, and we already know how much Gambit love their sustain items. What does that do against a hero that does pure damage?
But we all know E-Home outperforms Gambit in late game, so not picking a late game hero
Wrong.
would be... What do you
Wrong.
mean wrong? That's even what Gambit said.
That's not true anymore. Things changes.
Did you say that?
That's old news.
Dire
That was
team
yesterday.
pick.
We're on to the next.
Husker.
Wow.
Husker against mid Tide? That's scary. I'm scared.
Well,
He's got like the
No,
freest lane ever.
You definitely go to Cordazzle now, I'm pretty sure. And that's why I think Gambit's going to take some time to determine their heroes, because all of a sudden, I think Cordazzle, Core PL just render this Huskar completely neutralized. If you have support Dazzle, all of a
10
sudden you've got a
seconds
problem. But
remaining.
yeah, you core this Dazzle, and I think they do something weird. Damn it, they
5
didn't do it. I
seconds
would have.
remaining.
Kyle's prediction on this game is just tough.
That's what they. I really think it's what they should do because you need to. The PL will win this game, but I'm concerned that they're not going to get to a point where he's able to. Huskar's going to have Armlet, Halberd, Aegis, and I feel he might just be unstoppable.
His lane is super easy, so that is
That's
worse
why he
than.
chose 3 because to have as much leeway as possible.
Yeah,
Rubbish.
talk shit.
Twitter
talk.
predictions favour Gambit 61-39 for game number 1. Let's see whether they're right. We're also going to get some predictions from our professionals as
Well, I
well.
have no choice already.
You
do have
have
a
no choice. You have already gone for eHome in every game.
But if eHome loses game 1, then I can choose because I'm already wrong.
Well, of course. Yes. I mean, that's the bonus of being wrong.
So I'm obviously eHome.
Mr. Bulldog.
This draft is very scary laning wise. I think EO might just smash them pretty hard.
Don't beat around the bushes.
I'm worried. I don't know, but I'm still gonna go with Gambit because FNG wouldn't pick bad heroes. He's smart. He wouldn't pick stupidly. He's not stupid.
Okay.
We're missing something here.
If they swap, you can't swap anymore. I have to go with V-Home. I'm sorry. I don't think
He's sorry.
Gambit's gonna have enough damage, and I feel as if the lanes are gonna go just complete snowball for E-Home, and PL is gonna take too long to come online. And even when he does, you're up against Connell, Sven. Darkseer's not the greatest hero.
All right.
We forgive you.
About that.
They've made their decisions on the panel. Let's bring in our commentators and find out what their decisions are from the predictions point of view as well. Gents,
E-Home.
Hello, Cinderan.
E-Home each.
Hey, Bulldog.
Prepare for
Glad
battle.
you're in another room.
How's the cupboard?
It's great.
Cupboardy?
It's fantastic.
It's a bit hot in here.
Yeah,
All
it's getting warm.
All right, we need to get into game, guys.
Yeah, let's do it.
So let's do this.
I mean, we're ready.
Bye, Red.
Stop
I didn't know
talking.
I was still
Stop.
talking to you. There we go. Thank
Oh,
you.
finally.
Mics are off, and let's go to the game because you didn't even give a crap what we look like. We spent all this time dressing up throughout the day. It's like not even required.
I mean, you're saying this, but if we were on camera and we were wearing something absolutely hideous, people would care. So
That-
the reason they don't care is that it's acceptable or better.
That is true. I remember. I think I
remember when Immersion was alive.
Immersion
That's-
walks directly into E-Home. They're already body blocking him up, so he's got to go the opposite direction, which is into Faith Beyond. They're trying to get the last hit to. Okay, Faith Beyond will just take it.
They wanted to give it to AST, I
30
think. The
seconds
mid
to
Kunkka as well, or side lane Kunkka is going to be in this game most likely with the Huskar mid.
Yeah.
I think this Huskar last pick is super good. He has no bad matchups in that mid lane. He's either playing against Phantom Lancer, Tide, or Darkseer, and he will be fine in either case.
They want him
You
against
really don't
Tidehunter
wanna
though,
put Darkseer
right?
in.
That's what the panel was leaning more towards.
Ideally, but I also think he crushes the PL. I don't know what PL is supposed to do in this lane. You get Burning Spirit, yes, you can doppelganger, but then he's just going to throw more Burning Spears. Like, he's going to harass you out of this lane, you're going to spend a lot of gold on regen. And I actually,
Innocence.
I kind of like Kyle's idea of putting the core Dazzle this game. I think that would have been an interesting choice.
Yeah.
This last pick Huskar is certainly a problem.
Faith Beyond, Gambit wanting to get aggressive. They have not leveled up anything on the Tuskar just yet. The Illuminate is well off target, and Faith Beyond running back underneath his own tier 1 tower. But will he actually reach it? Team's tag team makes it very difficult to do so. And one more punch to Cripify is delaying it. But that's all it does do, just a delay.
Yeah, it's kind of TP back up there. And they will get, you're right, they really want this matchup. They're actually going to enforce it by putting the Huskar in the off lane. They wanted that more than anything, and that means they will get the Kunkka against PL, which is also a good matchup. So, yeah, eHome with some options, and I do think they end up with something very good. I don't know if this is the perfect setup, because you have a Pugna against Tusk Darkseer, which is very difficult.
Yeah, but
not the
they'll
best
change
here.
the lanes up, right? Once the balance of the bottom lane can be, or at least burn through some of the consumables, because there's not a lot on Tidehunter. He munched on one tango already, hits the Illuminate, trying to force a TP down, not going to happen. Instead, it's Gambit diving on the top tower, and they've got Iron Shells up on both of the cores, both the heroes diving into the town for Faith Beyond. Support arrives from Sven. And Gambit maybe feel they're in a little bit too deep for this.
I just realized what Iron Build Afo has. He has a mid build on the Tide.
Is he dead, actually? Yeah, he's dead. The Illuminate gave just enough damage for Ego's Burning Spears to follow through.
This is going to be miserable for Tide. He's playing a side lane without regen. That is very bad. Like, the Dazzle has to probably pool all of his regen into this Tide when he takes damage, or he has to lane swap. He's got the worst matchup he can have in the game, and he doesn't have anything to sustain himself with. They're going to bring the Tusk down. They want to tri-lane them. They see this as the way of solving the problem. This is a pretty good tri-lane, actually, but Tide doesn't have Gush, and that's what makes this tri-lane work. All this extra physical damage with the Poison Touch and Tusk. When he gets level 3, things will be easier.
But now that this happens, now you've got the Kunkka versus PL in mid. It's still a pure 1v1, but there's nothing much Darkseer can do apart from just putting Iron Shells into the lane on top. Can't come close to it, which just allows the Sven an easy timing for denies.
And this mid lane is... the Hawk is going to lose his mark. He has to buy a lot of regions to sustain against Kunkka. Kunkka is going to out-farm him too, because he has the Tidebringer for denies and last hits. So out-level him too. And Phantom Lancer is not the kind of hero that likes buying a lot of regen. Every minute you get slowed down on this hero, the hero is just bad at playing from behind.
Stormbolt. Level 1 Surge doesn't get you very far. There was a small nerf to that one, and this will be the death of the Darkseer. Faith Beyond claims the last hit. It looks like also with the pull over on the side immersion, kind of just actually helps out Innocence. Gets him some easier levels when he can just blast through it. Ego's also looking for a jump. Torrent's gonna miss on Dahak in the mid lane, but as you said, doesn't have a lot of life to work with, or he is gonna burn that salve.
It feels bad when you're playing a safe lane tri-lane and you're not aggressing. Finally they are now.
Yeah, the support nearby from Sven, however, so we'll see if Husker can get something in return. That's 5 burning spears on the Tuskar. They are level 2, but it's still not enough damage to find the kill, it seems. Not with FNG holding, like, standing over him.
Just gonna flask him up. Afo's bought himself a flask as well. And you would imagine that this Keeper of the Light will just run back toward bottom. I don't think that he's needed top. Faith Beyond is doing totally fine. He's actually doing great on this Pugna against the Darkseer. As an advantage that's worth speaking of. And then, of course, the mid lane we talked about. It's still all going according to plan for eHome. It doesn't need to be better than this, because the natural snowballing comes in when they start getting some levels on the Pugna and the Kunkka. That's when they can make moves, take towers, and just keep this laning advantage that they have going. And they just need to keep buying regen, man. The Hawk has bought another 2 flasks.
That just burns through so much consumables, though. Like, you look at the net worth, the top 3 do belong to eHome. And Gambit are trying to fight for it. Tidehunter was in it, but he's just been zoned out. This aggressive tri-lane now from eHome makes life very, very scary, but that's why Tuskar snowballs over. They look for the kill over on Husker, but with the level 2 Warcry, there's so much life that Gambit have to get through, and do they actually have it themselves? The Illumina hits pretty hard. That's 6 burning spears onto the Tidehunter. He's burning quickly. They're ticking out, and he will be okay. 39 HP he'll drop to, and the salves start to burn once more.
It's hard to play this lane with half health, though. He's gonna... This flask isn't gonna do enough. If he gets caught again, similar to before, he will die.
It's
you
like
need
at that
to be
point,
topped off and nicely healthy here.
It's like, can you move your circlet and your gauntlets away and at least be a little bit more efficient with your salve, or is that even not going to help?
Oh, bounty run time.
Nope.
3 for eHome. Gambit were in no position to contest these bottom ones. They're out of resources. They would be fighting into the Caudal, Sven, and Huskar. At the very least, for Afo, he gets some CS while Huskar is busy protecting the rune.
Immersion's going for a very long run.
He's on a mission here.
He has no TP scroll. He snowballed in for the rune. Just had to keep running away from Sven.
Yep. You can tell this is like uncharacteristic for Gambit's games, right? Like what FNG is forced to do. He's like half babysitting mid, now he's dead.
Oh, yeah. Pull him back in with the X marks the spot. Babysitting mid won't be enough. Had no point up in Shallow Grave anyway. Went for the 2 and the touch.
Nice snowball.
Immersion though. Yeah, no more Stormbolt.
Oh. We haven't really seen Gambit this far behind in the laning stage in any game, I think. It's a true struggle right now. They have to run around and help every lane, except the Darkseer's lane is like staying okay, but even there, Faith Beyond is 1,000 net worth ahead of Afterlife. There isn't much good happening really right now for Gambit.
Yeah, you look for an upside, and like maybe it's the fact that PL at least has a little bit more space, but this space comes at a cost. Ego is just forcing Tidehunter out of the bottom lane once more, and FNG doesn't know if he should be a mid or on bottom to try and help out. Darkseer has moved to the jungle. And Immersion, Tuskar. Panel was talking about how much this hero is just wanted to be picked or banned, like just have him in your lineup, but just don't play against him. He's been great for rotation, same with the ES, but in this game, you rotate somewhere and you're probably going to die. eHome just have the numbers. Top lane, Faith Beyond starts to drain. Support is there, and the Stormbolt won't get the double stun, however, but it should be enough control to get the kill over onto Immersion. As Darkseer is managed to search himself away, Immersion can't
nice
get
blocks.
through the trees. The body block is perfect. And with the Nether Ward down, you can't really help too much. The Stormbolt's already up. Combine it with the blast and the base attack. Immersion will fall.
False play from Jianming there. That was very, very good. His movement on the Sven. First of all, his body block toward the end, but also the fact that he was there at the right time. Oh, that was a fail boat.
Yeah. Hex not working the way he thought it was probably going to do it, but wasn't that meant to be nerfed a little bit? Like,
it's worse
cleave
against
damage was decreased.
It's worse against high armor targets, but Dazzle has 2.
It was increased.
Yeah, he died.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I still want to just quickly highlight that Sven play from before. He got the great body block off, but it was also that they anticipated that this was happening. They were up there, ready to go onto the Darkseer when the aggressive Tusk play was supposed to come in, so Pugna kind of set the whole fight up. We've seen multiple plays of those from Faith Beyond, just with really good foresight in this tournament, that he makes an aggressive play that kind of looks bad, but it's under the condition that he knows his teammate is coming in just a moment later.
They're picking out right now where that Observer Ward was planted. That was a little bit too obvious underneath the Hawk.
Radiant's bottom
My God,
tower
this could
is
be
under
damage.
attack.
I love this hero. I think it's really good. And I love his item build. I think this is what you should do almost every single game on this hero. You get 2 braces, treads, and then you transition into either Shadowblade, Halberd, or some people have gone Armlet, I think, as well. I think ASD might have gone it 1 game.
Radiant
He will be going
structures
for
are fortified.
Shadowblade, as it looks, makes it easier to catch, makes him have a surprise burst against the Phantom Lancer as well. Maybe he wants to finish a full
Radiant's
Silver Edge against
bottom
Tide Hunter.
tower is
That's a
under
possible
attack.
option too, so they can lock him down in chain stuns with Sven and Torrent.
He's just that big pop burst damage while
And he does have the full Silver queued up, so.
they actually... Oh, TPing. So Darkseer, okay, yeah, you can run the top. Forcing the PL into the jungle and totally abandoning bottom lane feels a bit odd, but then again, Eco's not the greatest at pushing down
Radiant's
tower.
bottom tower
Not yet.
is under attack.
He'll try and work with his Ven to do it.
He's pretty good. He's not the greatest, but he's the second greatest because there's a Pugna. He's still doing just fine. Armlet completed probably in 1 to 2 minutes.
Wonder what Immersion is waiting for. He's sitting behind this tower.
That's kind of the key word for Gambit in this game, right? Is waiting. Because their lineup can't really do much right now. That's the problem that they have. The initiative can be taken by this Tusk, but he has nobody to play with. He wanted to play with Darkseer, it didn't work. Now he's kind of just running in circles, because he can't do anything with PL. He can't do anything with Tide. And his plays with Tusk are with Darkseer kind of limited right now.
Faith Beyond kills off FNG. And then they look for a new target. Give me the Darkseer. Pulled back in with the X mark spot underneath the boat. They can turn their attention towards Aphro, and it looks like, yeah, okay, Ego, they'll get the kill thanks to the burnout. And then they move their attention to the Tide Hunter, who TPs away to safety. No mass amount of stuns from this E-Home lineup.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Gambit's actually just flat out getting run over. This is not even close right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they can do much until they get some teamfight items. It feels like every fight will be E-Home favorite as long as they get Ghost Ship off. Their heroes don't die. There's no damage on the Radiant side.
They 3-man smoke, so they think they can do something. Ravage is up, and they have the Vladimirs. But with the Tier 1 tower taking damage, it looks like it's... Well, actually, X marks the spot. Kunka's bringing himself back underneath that Radiant Obs. Oh, he brought Faith Beyond back underneath the Obs. Rest of Gambit. The smoke, it's going to break. Faith. How much have you got? You've got a decent amount of armor that starts to drain. Ravage will cancel that pretty quickly. Support coming over. Kunka won't get there in time, but he does get the double torrent. And now Husker will also join the fight. Tide Hunter wants to be the primary target. Immersion trying to do what he can to try and delay this fight out. Aphro, that life stealer will not be enough to get through Ego. Immersion can deny himself to Roshan. That's the only hope he has for living at the moment. And a snowball, it may actually buy him that time, even though the bash is out, but Innocence. Nicely timed Illuminate. Will ensure the kill does go the way of E-Home and not Roshan.
Oh, that's convenient. We're next to Roche. Let's go.
Tusker's gonna buy back.
Gotta buy back out of it.
They want to try and fight something.
Yep.
They need a shard block to make it work, but Immersion's too late.
E-Home played safe. They even got Afterlife's TP in toward the mid with Darkseer. Gambit wanted to take this fight, but E-Home don't give it to them. And now they can just chill for a little bit again, E-Home, get their resources ready. Kunka has Ghost Ship in 15 seconds. He has a Shadow Blade minute 11. He is really, really farmed. All of these heroes have so many items compared to Gambit. There's just not much going on for them. And now that they don't have Ravage, their lineup's just actually super weak right now. They have no team fight except this Darkseer, 2 Ion Shells on Tusk and PL, but PL can't fight, so he's not going to join anyway.
But they can force these towers so easily. Like when you've got Chakra onto Faith Beyond, like these Nether Blasts come out so quickly, and then the Nether Ward protects them from any kind of counter initiation of Gambit. But maybe Gambit can get something up on top. They're diving on the Ego. Support's coming in from the Keeper of the Light. Ego jumps away. He needs to toggle through all of this. And now with the Ignis, it'll make it a little bit more difficult. They get around, and then, well, okay, Gambit. Trapped underneath the Ignis. Emergent's going to burn out the Burning Spears. The Hark, they're actually letting him survive. They want to kill the Tuskar. So the Hark will be able to TP out underneath the Tier 1 tower of Dire side. That's questionable. But still, eHome, it's 11 kills to 3 in their favor.
Is under attack.
It's not really so much about the kills, to be honest. It's about everything else, just ramping up. Oh, didn't get the deny, or actually rather does get the deny. Didn't get the last hit with Sven. Gives the tip to Afo. Good job. Afo's like, good job to you too.
Yeah.
For something.
Like
Probably tipping him for being on the mega winning team. You guys are doing great, don't worry.
It's like a mental thing. Yeah, you want to tip me? It's fine, it's fine. I got money too. Well, I got shards.
Yeah.
Unlock something. Oh, they're just getting so much stronger.
Ravage is off cooldown now, so I think Gambit want to get some mana on this Tide, and then it's go time again. Sitting back and farming, there's no impeding timing that's going to switch the course of this game. PL getting Diffusal Blade will help a little bit, but it's not enough. He will struggle a lot with fighting into Warcry from Sven that they can't get rid of in any way with their lineup.
They have really no mana sustain. Like there's a one pair of Arcane Boots on the Darkseer,
yeah.
But you're still walking around. Obviously, the supports are bone. Like they got nothing. Like there's brown boots on both of them for Gambit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you can have Sven just sit on the bottom lane, complete a Vlad's for rehome. You've got. What else? Is there anything else coming out in the courier? There's a Crimson Guard that Faith Beyond is trying to complete at the moment. And he's the bit booster away from it. So many auras arriving for eHome. Already got the Shadow Blade done for the Kunkka, and he's building in for Radiance as his next big item. 14 minutes in, he's got a decent amount of items. He's gonna pool his money.
It's a good counter PL item. It keeps ramping up your farm. It's not the most common item on Kunkka by any means, but the thing about this hero is he stays alive so long because of Ghost Ship, so you get a lot of value out of Radiance when it's good in the game, and I think this is a pretty good choice this game. I wouldn't have minded a BKB either. Just run in, start hitting stuff. They can't really fight you at all.
But you have that from Ego. Like Ego, yeah. he got the armlets, and then he got 4 gauntlets. He didn't want to finish up braces. It's just like straight into BKB after.
Yeah, pretty interesting build. Mostly see people get 2 or 3 braces on the Huskar. But Eagle.
Oh, they're looking to fight.
Goes another way.
15-minute bounty runes. Already got the Darkseer moving forward. FNG. Ignis is already down from Innocence, and with a blinding light trying to keep the Darkseer in it, and they're able to do so. Stormbolt, full on control. Never a Darkseer wall to plant. And quickly eHome TP the Coddle up. They want to ensure they get the bounty advantage. It was a 1-for-1 trade-off on the bottom.
Gambit could have got all 4 runes if they sent the Hawk to check the top ones, but I think he just assumed that they were already gone. I wonder how long this last bounty rune is going to stay there for. I think both teams think it's gone.
Does ASD get an opening? He's looking for immersion. He started with the Torrent, able to connect as well. Tuskar probably wants to get out of here. There's a Nether Ward in the background. Nice Stormbolt, then a Snowball, able to dodge. Here comes your ship right on top of immersion as he comes out of the Snowball. They are really wanting to ensure this Tuskar has no influence. I suppose it's mainly because he's the only stun they have available for Gambit.
I think eHome are just like see hero, kill hero mode right now. Oh, we got a kill? Sure, let's go on. Gambit need more time. PL, Diffusal on the way. In previous patches, this would have been a turning point, perhaps, or have made a big difference, but...
Oh, he just ran forward for Innocence.
Plenty of
Blinding Light forces him away. Look towards the trees. He's going to begin his TP right now.
Yeah, you got to get out of there.
He's out. But underneath the Dire Observer was, they know exactly where he's gone. Where's the BKB done for Huskar? So yeah, is this as you said, like, it's eHome go Roshan, get Aegis Immortal and push? There's actually a 40% chance, according to DOTA Plus, that Gambit is still in this. So, are we counting? Are we calling this too early? Is that what this feels like?
And their lineup does fall off at some point, right? Like Huskar and Kunkka Chorus is a bit uncharacteristic because generally a more reliable physical damage hero. Kunkka has this great cleave, but it has cooldown. On the enemy team, there's a more traditional carry in the PL. And they do have team fight to back it up. I would not agree with those odds, though. To be honest,
It does seem that seems like a spec op. Like,
it depends. It depends if EHOM play. If EHOM keep playing composed, they're definitely winning this game. But the thing is, if they make 1 or 2 key mistakes, absolutely, Gambit is full on back into it and leading.
well, they just lost
PL will come back.
They just lost their Nether Ward. I think that's exactly what they wanted for the fight, but if you can catch up the Titan before he can get the Ravage or force the Ravage, that'll be a better option for him. And Afo takes some decent damage, but then just backs off. No E-Home follow-up. Just these weird side battles too. So okay, E-Home are done with Roshan. They're coming for Dahak. Innocence needs to reveal him. Dahak does have that TP scroll available once again in the trees. They break through the trees. The Ignis is down, and they're going to X-marks him. Pull back to Phantom Lance. A doppelganger is available, and he'll jump out and away, trying to juke him out with the illusion. Which one is the real one? The one that's being sucked. That's the real one. Pull back. The torrent actually missed on the combination. So Dahak will have more time. He's got another doppelganger available. A break in the trees. He continues the run out, and they're using the Dire Courier to even give a little bit of extra information. PL will fall.
Space.
You may want to bring that Soul Ring back from the Courier, but a Blink Dagger also purchased up for the Tide Hunter.
You may also want to not make space with your carry. That's generally not how space works.
Huskar's gone inside the pit.
FNG as well. ASD is on him. He's going to have to grave early here before the ship connects, but he's still going to die. This is Fenstone coming in. Doesn't even need it.
We're going to use both one charges as well as the Shadow Wave, so try and at least waste a little bit of time. And look at Darkseer. Have they got sentries?
They don't.
No, they don't. No one sees. Afro with the back wall and the snowball in, combining with the Ravage. Gambit, that is the best thing they could have asked for. And maybe it's still not enough. The Warcry triggered. So did every other aura that E-Home had. And they'll pull back Afro with the X marks the spot. Buyback came in from FNG to be involved in this fight. They found the Tusker further down the river. The Torrents will connect. Immersion buying time with the Snowball. Dahak, he's gone in to try and kill off Roshan. Innocence with the Illuminate, but it's actually Roshan taken by Gambit and the Aegis Immortal into the hands of the PL. Blinding Light allowed the PL just to walk away from this. It really was the best thing that Gambit could have asked for.
That was a huge play coming in from the Darkseer and Tide. He blink ravaged. I don't think Gambit or EHOM were aware that Tide has a dagger. And he blink ravaged. Huskar wasn't fast enough on activating BKB. So if Huskar BKBs that ravage, they win that fight convincingly. But we're going to see that.
All the info because you have Darkseer sitting.
Yep. In the
3-in.
Really great ravage. Vacuum combination into wall. Huskar dead without buyback. If Huskar's buyback, they get the Roche too. But all the stars really aligning here for Gambit. This is huge for them to get into a much better position in this game. Actually, Dota Plus has them favored to win the game now.
What, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're 6K behind, but the thing you have to realize in this game is that if PL gets big enough, he will be a problem. And this is one of the key moments for Huskar. This first Aegis, you really want to get it and use it to take towers and build advantage. They haven't really... Not getting this is definitely a problem. That was a really nice play from Gambit.
That's a confidence-building face from Gambit that we can take these fights, but that was still the perfect fight for Gambit. The chance of them getting this again, the chance of E-Home being taken by surprise like that should start to drop. You also have the Radiance build practically completed over on ASD. That's going to make their team fights a lot more complicated. Huskar as well, building into Maelstrom after having now his 10-second BKB, so you'll have that for the next fight.
All of us thank you.
As long as he can pop it off.
Yeah, they're already preparing for the PL problem. Gonna target the itemization. They already did it with Radiance. Now Huskar with Maelstrom. Second item after, or third item after BKB Armlet is very uncommon. So they do identify what the problem is. And that's what you have to remember when you look at Gambit's lineup. There's only one game-winning hero, and that's that PL. He has to do a lot of damage in the late game because you chose to pick Tide, Darkseer together, and Tide is not going physical build.
Oh, they're gonna find ASD. His Radiance burning them. They're realizing something's not right. Connected on the dust, but they didn't know exactly where he was. And ASD's got a lot more support rotating down to the bottom lane. One hit and he takes out a creep wave. But that's why they push in top lane. The Phantom Lancer tries to pressure the tier 2 tower. Tidehunter quickly moves in towards the mid. to try and push this out as well. And then think to make eHome look behind themselves, but they found a better target. Darkseer in the tree. He's still with the mech. Gets the back three-man wall off. And we're very fine time from FNG. And now the Tidehunter. Blink Ravage. It looks really good. ASD and Ego, they're in so deep. But now maybe the Ignis. It creates so much space. And Kunkka, he can't walk all the way out. But it may not matter when Ego can stand his ground anyway. That Ignis causing so many problems for the Phantom Lancer. But remember, he has the Aegis Immortal. There's that secondary life. It's not in the hands of the Husker like it normally is. FNG finally stunned up and he will be brought down. But the jump forward, Phantom Lancer now finding the second core kill against eHome. The snowball from immersion, trying to create more space, but now he becomes the primary target for eHome. 3 heroes down for Gambit, still on the run. That's an interesting smoke.
Smoke up, boys.
This isn't a smoke break. The Hawk wants to get back in there. Stormbolt's coming off cooldown now.
Eom need to start getting out. Tide is respawning. There's the surge. Looks like
They keep
Gambit
going.
want to chase.
Crimson Guard, Illuminate spam, just push away all the illusions.
Well, that was the Aegis fight of Gambit. They lost the Aegis onto Hawk, so they won't have that in the following fight, but he got a lot of gold out of this. Got a couple of kills. It's overall a gold exchange in favor of the Gambit side, even though they have more deaths.
Yep.
Just that big kill on especially the Huskar, oh well, rather especially the Kunkka.
Yeah, they got both of the huge cores.
Good win.
You see ASD as well, just preparing for the next fight. He's getting a BKB, but this is that bottom fight. Darkseer gone on. He survived this entire engagement, and he did what he needed to. A big wall that eHome did not want to fight, and they just couldn't walk away. Aphro's positioning in the last 2 engagements has been so good, but Ignis also good.
Yeah. If that Darkseer kill goes off, this game is totally, or this fight is totally different. But good grave from FNG just in time. Allows them to get off the mech, pipe, and the vac wall. All of these things really important. Nice!
La!
Not so nice. Oh, still happy. Okay. All right. Oh, this just went serious in the end.
eHome laughing about this, like, yeah, we're winning. Oh, wait, hang on. Let reality check. eHome would have to feel confident coming into this already. Aphro, hello. Pushing back the Sven. ASD wants to have a little bit more fun himself. If he can get close enough to it.
Oh, he's trying the blind torrent because he lost vision. Couldn't reach. And good read from Aphro. He will be getting out in time. Oh, never mind.
Really? Ego's moved over. Next marker spot will keep Aphro in position. He does not want to ravage this. That's to be a waste. They let him die underneath the tier 1 tower. And yeah, Ego, turn around, man. There's no backdoor regeneration on tier 1 towers. They can still fortify.
Yeah,
because if the tier 1 tower dies anyway, you get the fortification back, so you don't care about burning it.
I really thought Aphro was going to just get out. I think he had dagger ready. But he wasn't expecting the Huskar coming in from behind. Then he got X-marked by the Kunkka, I would say. Did he use Blink? I don't think he used Blink.
Dire are scanning.
I am uncertain.
Greaves have arrived for Afterlife on Gambit's side, so progressing his item build further. Very curious to see what his next pickup is. When you have these Greaves plus Pipe, you start getting into very different item builds for Darkseer.
It's got to be a Blink dagger, right?
Could be dagger, could be hex.
He can't rely.
ASD.
This is a nice kill to find, especially when they have the dust reveal. But underneath the Trident, this is where you want to find. ASD does go down very quickly. Ego trying to push everybody away, but they don't care. They'll move back over. Sven doesn't want to be harnessed on the back. Pulls Ego up the hill. His BKB was very, very late. Still on the run to the tier 2 tower. Have they got the damage to get through him? Face beyond, is there some life to be given? They put down the Ignis for the snowball, takes him right over the top. Immersion, maybe too deep. This is underneath the tier 2 tower, but the Ravage, Gambit don't give a crap. They just keep fighting. Face beyond will fall as well. No buyback available from him. The Ignis will time out. And Sven's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but Gambit, you were at the tier 3 towers. You hadn't even taken a tier 1 tower there. And they still felt the confidence to fight.
They got 2 extra freebies out of that. eHome could have chosen to just cut this Kunkka, but they really wanted to try to help him. They came in way too late, completed their TPs, and end up taking a horrible fight here. Gambit get more than they came for. They came for 1 core kill on this Kunkka, and they were rewarded with bonus freebies. And suddenly,
I cannot believe the game is turning this way.
They are starting to, they've actually equalized the gold, and that's concerning for this Dire lineup with the lead that they had early on. So we're going to see here, Kunkka is not expecting this move. They have the aggressive ward from earlier placed by FNG. They get this kill, and you see Ego completing the TP. Now we're coming in with Qianming as well. This fight is already hopeless. Like, you can't fight in the perfect vacuum here from Afterlife is what really gets them the big outcome here with the additional Huskar kill.
All right, if this continues, if Gambit continue to be able to find these fights every time Ravage is up, eHome have got a lot of problems. They can look towards next Roshan. He may respawn in 15 seconds time, and that will be, at least where my eyes will be sitting. But can Huskar get the Aegis? Can they let him be that frontline aggressor? And actually, do you even give it to the Huskar? Do you need to actually protect your Kunkka now?
They have to give Huskar the Aegis if they get it.
There's no other choice, because he's your frontliner, right?
Yeah, it's just more useful on him than the Kunkka, I would say. When Kunkka gets BKB, he shouldn't be dying like this anymore. The reason he died was that he couldn't get Shiv off. He got stun locked until he lost all his mana. And next time that will not be the case with BKB arriving, unless he gets Blink Ravage. That's like the only possible way that he doesn't get to use his spells. But yeah, eHome, after a big lead, they've kind of fallen off here. The game is definitely still within reach for them, but Gambit have effectively, arguably taken a bit of a lead. It sounds weird when you're 4K behind, but just looking at the lineups and how PL is progressing now in this game, eHome's tools are pretty good, but they're not awesome. Huskar is not good against PL. Kunkka is pretty good though, for a while. And ASD has to keep scaling and has to be able to stay in these fights with that radiance constantly.
eHome have a 4-man smoke up running through mid. They are drawing a line to rotate down to the bottom. The Warcry, I don't think caught all the heroes they wanted to. Some Faith Beyond not included in this, but they will find the Darkseer. Now they have no information. There's 3 Sentry Wards that were planned down already, but it won't matter when the Darkseer walks directly into him. But now we'll see just how much he can survive. The Greaves, as well as the Shrine, burning as he searches his way through. Stormbolt flies forward, and the stun will be able to connect. They'll find the kill. Now get the bottom. Wait, 28-minute Rune? Oh, sure. Okay, why not?
Nice.
And Darkseer dead for 47 seconds. So there goes the side lane pressure that was being a bit more of a pain in the butt for him.
So what other items do we have? Both teams have Glimmer Capes. There's one on
ASD.
the one on the...
He can't die now. Has to burn the BKB. X marks spot torrent. Trying to pull back in FNG. Does not want him to survive, but with the Glimmer Cape, ASD can't attack. In fact, he just TPs himself away to safety.
Immersion might have been able to get that punch, but I think he either misclicked or got path blocked by a PL illusion. Either way, Kunkka does get out. But yeah, I think we should stay updated a bit on the support items too. So we had the Glimmer on Dazzle and the Glimmer on Coddle.
You want a double jabble?
Sven has the Dagger together with Vlad, and the Pugna a while back got the Force Staff and is closing in on Aghanim Scepter. It's an interesting choice this game. He can, you know, burn one PL illusion at a time. It's something. It's not great. I don't know if I think the item is that good here from Faith Beyond, but his item choices the whole tournament have shown to be on point. So I'm ready to be blown away by how excellent this is in this game.
I was actually looking for the different item from Sven because he had an Assault Cuirass lined up before he switched over to the Echo Saber. Maybe a bit more of a mindset change of eHome or PL. This is going to be illusions coming forward for the smoke break, and the double Stormbolt! He caught FNG as well! That's huge because there's no Shallow Breaker if they can just keep him controlled. They're jumping away out of range of the Ignis, and FNG and Dahak actually just back out. Did they get pushed?
I don't think so. I think they just didn't have detection in the fight for the Glimmer. There's no dust in the Sven, which I think is kind of unforgivable 30 minutes in and you're playing against Glimmer Cape. And this level of Dota, you need to have dust or a gem when you go in like this at this point.
Trade out Stout Shield, insert dust.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's have a quick look at this again. So Stormbolt gets really lucky catching both, but it's the Dire Observer Ward that helps set this up. So Doppelganger for one, Glimmer for the other. They wait out the Ignis, and FNG, they just walk it off and deal with the illusions.
Yep. With the dust there, they absolutely get the Dazzle. Who knows if they could have snowballed a kill on the PL, perhaps. I think they would have actually only got it. There's no way you play without dust at this point, and yeah, there it is for Sven. He's got it now. That was a bummer out of eHome, but Xianming has got it covered for the next fight. What's PL's progression? Oh, he's got a heart now.
Sure.
That's pretty good.
You got a heart on him. I like the Titan already having the Halberd complete in the Aghanim Scepter. Like when you got the heart on the PL, how does Huskar even get through him? Because you've got the also the disarm.
Oh, Huskar does not do anything to PL in this game anymore, more or less. It's the Kunkka and the Pugna, and maybe a good Sven stun.
Yeah, is that the reason why you think Sven may also be building this Echo Saber?
Yeah.
Where he's like, I need to become that third core, fourth core.
Exactly, he's trying to scale. And I think this is a pretty good idea. I think if he keeps buying just aura items or whatever, they're gonna run into trouble. They need Echo Saber and a crit on him perhaps to have a tertiary way of dealing with this PL. Kunkka will Oh, I hope he doesn't buy Mjolnir and Kunkka. I'm not a fan of this game. I don't think that's good.
Wait, really?
He needs a big cleave. He needs to one-shot stuff.
Yeah, I thought you look at Daedalus, you look at something else.
Get the Mjolnir on the Huskar. He's already getting it anyway.
Yeah. So what he's got in his quick buy, and they both bought just these casual plate mails they can transfer in to other things later on.
Just a touch.
Sven is the Night Watchman. Up on the hill. I shall protect my camps.
And give them to Claude.
They do still have the other side of things. Like we still haven't really felt the influence of Pugna. I thought maybe with his like Decrepify burst they could find something more, but with the Glimmer Cape's already up, I suppose there's a lot of resistance to it. Might build around that. They 5-man smoke up and they're coming for a kill. Tidehunter is what they want to instantly pop, if possible. And then a 5-man smoke from Gambit. The smokes will run into each other. A quick blink away. FNG, he'll go into Invis. The dust will burn on him. X-Mark spotting Torrent quickly going off on the Dazzles. And they find the kill. 50 seconds without him. Means no shallow grave.
And
no
no more
reductions.
fight.
Yeah. Just back off. That's Roshan though.
Yeah.
But they have Ravage. Like, they have to be able to contest this, right?
I don't know.
Shard block.
Oh,
Maybe that's an opening. Ego, not where he wants to be. They'll push him down.
So I think the thing you were talking about Decrepify in this game, I think he should mainly consider it a defensive tool. They have decent magic damage with Pugna, Kunkka, and Coddle. It's not that, but having that save against Phantom Lancer is going to prove crucial, I think, later on in this game. It's a very long cooldown save, 3.5 second duration for a 6-second cooldown, and PL, unless he buys Nullifier, he can't get rid of it. And that Beyond has a lot of impact in this game if he plays wisely and keeps his distance and doesn't get killed first. Yep. He can absolutely turn the fights around even after Ravage with that save.
So you got your wish Kunkka to change his item build. He's gone for an AC.
Oh, it's also good. It's more damage. Nowadays, since the cleave changes, this is a much more viable build on Kunkka than it used to be. We almost never saw Kunkka buy this item in the past, but nowadays, I think it's pretty good.
Well, he was the one-hit wonder, right? You walk in, everyone's dead, but how does AC help you with this?
Yep, but now it does, because the cleave changes.
Echo Saber done on Sven, AC done on the Kunkka.
Sven's buying Crystallis now, or BKB. Both, it looks like, is both queued up. Daedalus and BKB. We'll see which one he buys first out of the two. And Kunkka is now planning on Mjolnir.
Oh, come on.
I mean, maybe they feel like if they put a Mjolnir on him and on the Huskar and just run in, PL is going to die to all this lightning.
Sure.
I mean, it's something, but...
This could be a nice torrent. Can it catch two of them? Reveals the fact that Roshan's already underway. Huskar begins his TP in. X marks the spot. Kunkka just wants to say hi. The Hawk will be nearby. Line up for an extra bit of a hit. Immersion loses a lot of life from this. Ehome already looking to fight. They popped the Crimson Guard from Faith Beyond, but they wanted to run in and be part of it. But Gambit have already backed out.
No fight.
Mjolnir can actually be purchased from Ego, but that's only if he wants to expend his buyback.
It's funny how Ehome have built their gold advantage again. Just slowly but steadily, being more efficient on the map, farming out. Which is a bit surprising given that one side has Darkseer and Phantom Lancer who are pretty good at wave clearing, but they're just scared.
I love how they're running for the runes. Can he actually blink in time to get it? No, he can't. The X-Mark pulls him back. So it's a 2-2 trade-off. Yeah. But thanks to the X-Mark, the Ven's already back to the rest of Ehome. Unlike FNG, you has to walk. Ugh. Yeah. Looks like they're still not ready to fight yet. Courier's bringing out the Mjolnir recipe. It's got a smoke on it as well. Maybe Ehome does find that engagement they're looking for.
It's gotta be their last smoke. They've smoked like 3 or 4 times.
They have, but so has Gambit.
In the last
like they both broke each
6
other's
minutes.
smokes.
Yeah, there's been a lot of smokes though.
There's one on the Dazzle, and obviously now there's one coming out in the Courier. So it's on the Keeper of the Light. And Sven still has dust.
Yep.
Double damage.
Good on him for that. Oh, Kunkka has a double damage. This is a really good timing for Ehome to get something done. Cleaving up Roche, it looks like.
Thought he was peaceful. The shots didn't even let him back into his home. I love it when timing is just a fraction of a second too wrong. Don't have a blink dagger just to jump forward and hit.
Oh.
Second refusal at the gate. Is the third time a charm, or is it just how defensive ASD feels he needs to be?
He wants to play as safe as possible, of course. They don't have that much information on the map right now, but...
Huskar's still farming up a lot.
All right, here we go
they're
again.
Giving him a lot of
he
space.
Shadow Blades this time. Now he's going to make it. Yay!
Missed one.
Back to board.
Looks like thought I got a strike. A bowl for the spare. And so everything's just simmered down a little bit.
Yeah, it's relatively quiet.
But Gambit are nearing that position where they would probably want to fight. In 300 gold, Afo can have his Aghanim Scepter. You're working towards a butterfly on the PL. Buyback-wise, it's that question. Do you want to expend it ASD? Hey! Dual Scepter up and down he comes. Nowhere to go, but BKB looking to fight. Spins in the neighborhood. X-Mark's not going to pull back Afo. He's still got Ravage available. Face beyond drop with the Nether Ward in case Gambit want to force this issue any further. But all of eHome are here. All I do is say things were simmering down and things start to heat up. They had Afo is really trying to force this. Jumps up the hill, the Ravage. Oh, he was stunned. He never got the Ravage off. He started the attack, but he pulled back out of it. Now the buyback here from the Tidehunter. They need to get back under the cover of the Ignis up on the hill. But now they're back. A three-man wall. It's him through the side, even snowballing all the way up, looking for innocence, looking for the Huskar control. They may not find it. In fact, now it's Ben TPing his way out. He'll be out to safety. And back to G2 Tower. eHome still haven't lost anyone just yet. Kunkka takes for so long, and now they push back with the Viper Ravage. It finally comes out from Apo underneath the Nether Ward. Ego, he's pushed out, but the Husk, he's falling, but the armor toggle was just too good. Tusker goes in as well. The Husk wins on a double kill. There's a buyback out for the Spencer. A double underneath the tower. A merge will be kept alive thanks to Show Great. FNG gives his life for his core, but it will not be enough. PL goes down. He probably actually wanted to save the core, not the support. Even Apo, he got him on the X-Mark. Pulling back in. There's a quick break free. Kraken is good, but Apo is dead. A triple kill for ASD. Dead for so long. And now they can try and take Roshan, but look at that Darkseer. You know what he wants to do. He's going to throw a spanner in the works, but he's underneath the dire observer wall. They see him, they know. He can jump in right now, but it's already a little too late. Aegis of the Immortal into the hands of the Huskar. Cheese into the Kunkka. And eHome finally got the fight that they wanted. eHome are seriously just staying alive forever in these fights. It takes so long. That's the damage problem we talked about, right? You look at Gambit's lineup. We're going to see the fight here. So they get the first kill on Alpha. He's going to buy back. They feel pretty good about this because BKB has been used by Kunkka, Huskar, and they've used Ignis. So now they're like, okay, we're stronger. We're going to go in. Perfect force that from Faith Beyond. Gets Kunkka over the other side. Now they kind of save him with this vacuum, getting him out of the shards and into a wall on the side, but he wanted to catch more heroes in this vac. And now they look at this chase, just how long it takes. TP out from Sven. Now they're getting into this Kunkka. Seems to literally just survive forever. And it's going to get decrepified just before the Ravage. Awesome timing from Faith Beyond on that. We're back to live though. Yeah, we do. It is eHome forcing the issue, looking for an opening. That defensive Yule Scepter from the Tuskar, saving him from the X-Torrent combination, but they still just want that mid-rax. They're able to claim it. Aegis Immortal is intact for Ego. So the question is, how hard does eHome want to push this? They're still running away from all the Darkseer wall, and that Darkseer wall's now going to be in no man's land. Oh, wow. Okay. He just used the illusion to PL to kill off the Dazzle. Oh, at least FNG's got the money to buy back. But Warcry giving Kunkka and Ego the sustain they're looking for. They have not used the cheese on the Kunkka just yet. That's why Immersion wants to try and find the kill, but they just jump forward. They want it with the inner fire. It's a back, but there's no follow-up. The Ignis gives them protection. Snowball is the same thing for the Huskar, but there's nowhere for Darkseer to go. He is so heavily lit with the arrows. So lit. But he is running away. They've already taken 2 melee racks. eHome want to get the hell out of here. Bad force stop. Left behind, or was it a bad force stop? Maybe the Hawk thinks he's got an opportunity to run in. They're in repair mode. They've lost the full mid racks and the melee on top. And now they'll lose all the 40-minute bounty runes as well. Afo, where are you going? Does he want to fight? Yep, double TPs. Coming forward, over towards the shrine. FNG will be able to survive. eHome still retreating. Just kill him. ASD ran up the lane. They don't have any detection for him. eHome doesn't want to turn and fight. Just kill them. No, not allowed. Yeah, these damage problems are pretty severe. You look at the Hawk's item build, he has a lot of the standard PL items, but it feels like there's something missing, like a Nullifier or an Abyssal Blade or something that allows him to just get onto somebody and deal some effing damage. Like, this is... I thank you for your censorship. You run into this problem, so
I mentioned this like 15 minutes ago, but the problem when you have Tide Darkseer together is if the Tide doesn't go for a physical build with like Desolator or some sort of, you know, we've seen these new Tide builds that you can do with the new Anchor Smash. There's just not enough damage in the tank. Eventually, these heroes are going to outscale the magic damage of the Darkseer and the Tide, and then the Hawk has to play like 2 cores right now. It's like, you remember, was it yesterday we cast the game with the NIP where they had Dragon Knight Puck? Yeah, they run into this like wall at some point. You're good for 20 minutes, and then you just, it feels like you just hit a brick wall where nothing dies anymore. And it's kind of happened to Gambit after they managed to recover really nicely. I think this Tide would have had to go for a different build than this. Afro has to kill them. They need that extra bit of damage.
It's like more than the Tides evolve. It's like just get your Ravage and Anchor Smash off once Darkseer back walls. That's what you needed before. Now Ego coming high ground. They don't want to go on him. It's the ABC model. ASD's lining up. He's hoping for a kill under FNG, who's keeping as much of a distance as possible. Faith the Archer. Medic at the end. This is a mercy as well, Darkseer. He gets the control, and wow, what a great Ignis. Nowhere for the Phantom Lancer to go. Tide tries to help out. Unified looking around. Will finally get his Ravage off, but there's still 2 BKB protected eHome players. That should be the game right there. This will be 4 megas up for eHome, and they just don't have anything left to defend. GG, well played. 43 minutes in, eHome takes game 1 in this grand final of the Bucharest Minor. They're not a major yet.
Maybe next year.
Maybe later in China. If eHome can keep this win going.
The Bucharest Major in China. That will be a sight to see. Yeah. Anyway, we can do it, says Protection. Bucharest Major in China, no problem. So, yeah, eHome end up taking the win in this. They built a really big advantage for themselves, kind of lost it away again, but then it kind of felt like they just, both teams had these moments, like Gambit, okay, things are hard, we need to change our approach a bit. They get 1 or 2 good fights, they're back in the game, and then eHome just